It's time to do some reading. I actually was not going to do it, but then I was like, I forgot I said I was going to do it. So let's do it. And we'll do it. You ready? Part 1. We'll see how much. We'll get through a bit of it. And remember, we're reading Change Your DNA, Change Your Life. Part 1, DNA, the Divine Blueprint Within. This chapter reveals the workings of divine blueprint existing within you, your DNA, by painting the big picture, then some of the details. The totality genetic blueprint that provides instructions to create all life possible variations of a particular organism is called the genome of that organism. The genome is the total gene complement of an organism and is contained in its entirety within the nucleus of each cell of that organism. The genome is subdivided into chromosomes, and the chromosomes are made up of DNA. Every cell in the body at some time contains DNA, and they all are controlled by DNA. Alexa, volume down 1. Don't want to get that copyright. Let's see. The genome is subdivided into chromosomes, and the chromosomes are made up of DNA. Every cell in your body at some time contains DNA, and they all are controlled by DNA. There are well over 10 trillion cells in the human body. 10 trillion. What? And through vast and complex processes, they organize and communicate with one another. Each cell is, imagine that, there's 10 trillion cells in your body, and they communicate with each other. That's a lot of communication. Each cell is conscious and aware of itself and others, and has a specific function to perform in concert with the other cells. This genome carries ancestral and cultural imprints and codes for skin and eye color, blood type, height, hair, and every conceivable human trait. What the heck? Hi guys. Hi Lexi. It's what makes fingerprints unique and distinguishable from everyone else's. It is also responsible for congenital disorders and other inherited abnormalities. What is not widely known is that our DNA may be influenced by our intent. What? That's insane. 10 trillion cells in our body. Here is the cell, here is the nucleus, and here is the chromosomes. What's up, your fave Maddie? Shout out! How's everybody doing? I'm reading this book here. Change Your DNA and Change Your Life. Because it's all consciousness, right? We're just figuring it out. How's everybody enjoying all the crazy energies out there, huh? Yeah. Hi, India. Hello, Soha. Much love. Much love. The DNA within each cell nucleus forms linear strands known as chromosomes. Each human cell has 46 distinct chromosomal strands that exist most of the time as 23 pairs of chromosomes. Each chromosome strand is composed of multiple genes, each of which is Did you wash your hands?
Heck yes. That's the thing I did when I came in.
So your DNA is made out of, what did it say? It said, so your DNA, your cells are conscious. That's what it's saying. 1 a.m. You should go to sleep. Yes, exactly, Sebastian. Yes, we are in control of this existence. So whatever it is that we want to see, feel, do, enjoy, understand, avoid, all these things, we can literally do that. Like, yes, praise the Lord. Like when I'm in the shower, I'll be like, oh, look at this beautiful skin, and look at these beautiful elbows, and look at this beautiful face, and look at this beautiful hair. So healthy. Oh, my heart is so healthy. It's kind of like that. Okay, let's see. Where was I at? Each chromosome strand is composed of multiple genes, each of which is responsible for one discrete biological function. As a small subunit of the chromosomes, the gene is also composed of DNA. Those are little chromosomes. Oh, hello, little buddies. Oh, I know, Sebastian. I know. You have to set boundaries. Set boundaries. And remember who you are. Yes, Lexi, exactly that. We're super freaking powerful beings. Like, super powerful beings. Minus these crazy flyaway hairs that love to pop out. Gotta thank my Puerto Rican genes for that crazy hair of mine that's so lusciously beautiful. If one thinks of a chromosome as a long passenger train, each car in the train would be a long strand of DNA, and each passenger a gene coding for one specific protein. DNA stands for, you ready for me to butcher it? Deoxyribonucleic acid. Oh, it says pronounce deoxyribonucleic acid. Hey, I do it. Dad, what does pianadita mean? It says una pianadita. What's that mean? Una pianadita. Yes. I love Matilda. That's a good one.
Una peinadita.
Yeah.
It's a little brushing.
Oh.
Like your hair needs a little brushing.
Yeah, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Huh? Thanks. See, I got my dad here. I got my pops here breaking down the lingo.
Una peinadita.
Recent discoveries indicate that DNA is actually a salt and not an acid. But let's not change the power behind the encryption of DNA. That's interesting. I never knew that either. The DNA molecule is best envisioned as a twisted ladder with rungs. It consists of two parallel linear molecules made from repeating sugar and phosphate molecules, all held together at intervals by base molecules called nucleotides. This double helix structure is also coiled like a telephone cord. It is then supercoiled like the same telephone cord wound into a tight ball. My dad is making tacos. Pairs of four base nucleic molecules, adenine, thymine, cysteine, and guanine, I apologize at my butchering of the words, make up each rung of this ladder, double helix DNA structure. Each rung, this part is the rung, the steps of the ladder. Each rung, therefore, is made out of two bases in pairs, either adenine and thymine or cysteine and guanine. These base nucleotides, the rungs of the ladder, make up the DNA's code, each meticulously placed in accordance with the divine blueprint. This just blows my mind. I love tacos too. Yeah. Not only Tuesday has to be taco day. Good, Grandpa's making tacos. I gotta do all the fixins. I gotta cut the lettuce and the onions. When it's ready, baby. And tomatoes.
In about half an hour.
So 30 minutes?
Very good.
About.
We can state that each cell has its own purpose and consciousness. And with consciousness, it means it can communicate.
So 31 minutes and a half?
Hey, Jack, you're going to go ahead and go watch your show, bud. Our ability to communicate with cells is a vital aspect of self-empowerment healing. Let's explore some of the functional details. The power of DNA resides in its ability to control cell function, behavior, and structure. It gives instructions, uses its own language, and in a sense has text or script that is followed on a cellular molecular level by the entire organism. The coding or alphabet of this script can be described in terms of sequencing of the rungs of the DNA helix ladder. Genetic traits of individuals and of the species are preserved or archived from generation to generation in the form of DNA. The DNA monitors cell growth and provides for the repair, rejuvenation, and termination of each cell in the organism. DNA thus serves as a cell's physiologic regulator as well as timekeeper, in that it oversees each cell's biological clock and thus its longevity, increasing the lifespan of cells and of the entire body. It's a matter of learning how to reset the time clocks controlled by DNA, and that's what we're going to learn how to do. The ability of the English language to store and convey information lies in how the 26 letters are arranged into words. The genetic information in DNA is actually determined by the sequencing of 4 nucleic acids, or nitrogenous bases: adenine, thymine, cytosine, and guanine. I'm probably going to ruin that every time I say it. Abbreviated A, T, C, and G. Woo! I won't mess that one up. So A, T, C, and G. These are the letters that make up the information containing text in the DNA. Just as the English language's 26 building blocks are subject to certain rules of combining the sequences. Are you smelling me, puppy? Of combining and sequencing. DNA's 4 building blocks are subject to their own set of rules: CG, GC, AT, and TA. Which is like this. See? Can you see that okay? So it has a... Wow, I totally just glitched out. So it's 2s. And what were these called again? Do we remember? What are they called? Rungs. Those part are the rungs, and they're in 2s. And then there's a bajillion of them, like a telephone cord, wrapped up into these little tiny chromosomes that are inside of the cells. And how many did it say there were in each chromosome? 23 pairs of chromosomes. So wrap your mind around that. These things right here, right? The rungs, DNA strand, wrap inside of these chromosomes, and there's 23 pairs of chromosomes inside of this cell, and there's 10 trillion of these cells inside of our body. What? That's intense. That's intense, Dad. Did you hear that? That's intense. Each rung of the stairway is made up of a pair of bases. Each side support unit of the staircase projects one base into the center of the spiral. The 4 bases pair up in a very specific way. Adenine always pairs with thymine, and cysteine only links with guanine. Therefore, whenever you see a T on a DNA rung, you know that an A will be across from it. That's kind of like in AIDS, right? When it says the T cells are too much or whatever. I don't remember exactly, but the 4, and a G will be across from the C. For example, if the sequence on one side of the chain were ATAGCG, then its partner on the other side of the chain would be TATCGC. Always. The essence of the divine blueprint is consistent, precise information. And the power of this DNA work lies in our ability to convey our intent to these bases and their combinations. It is here that science will affirm the validity of mind over matter. In April 1990, remember this book is from 1997, at the American Holistic Medical Association, Ryan Drum, PhD, and Len Wieniawski present their research. Dr. Drum, an electron microscopist, claims to have discovered that intent has molecular consequences, and Wieniawski, a microbiologist, proved that intent is the stimulus for receptor synthesis. According to researcher Peter Knopfler, all cells that have receptors and memory, intent has the ability to vibrate or stimulate this receptors. Therefore, if you are thirsty and you think of water, thousands of cellular activity is synthesized mentally and metabolized physically before you even drink the water. Your intentions and thoughts set off the cellular activity so that your brain, stomach, kidney, and colon are alerted to hold water. What the fuck? This is insanity. Well, not super insanity. This is God. Let me do that again. Therefore, if you are thirsty and you think of water, thousands of cellular activity is synthesized mentally and metabolized physically. Before you even drink the water, your intentions and thoughts set off the cellular activity so that your brain, stomach, kidney, and colon are alerted to hold water. Intentions being metabolized by the physical body. Imagine what chocolate does. Okay, I'm going to read this last little bit and then we're going to finish up because that's a lot of information. Re-listen over and over again. Okay, because we're going to change our DNA and change our life. The DNA code is interpreted or read in a specific direction. The information is one chain is read in the opposite direction from the other chain. Sequence patterns in the DNA chains determine which parts of the DNA should be selectively read and in which direction. Each series of the 3 consecutive nucleotide bases, known as a codon, delivers a specific discrete biochemical instruction to the cell. Since there are 4 different bases, the number of combinations of 3 bases is in sequences is 4 times 4 times 4, or 64. Thus, 64 different codons regulate cell chemistry and function. The gene is the entire DNA codon sequence that encodes for a single functional protein. A protein is a complex molecule made up of a string of simpler building blocks called amino acids. The construction of a specific protein is primarily determined by the unique sequential order of DNA codons, base triplets, present in a particular gene. Each individual DNA codon, base triplet, contributes a single instruction toward the synthesis of a given protein molecule. Each codon command may be any one of the following instructions. 1. Start a new protein chain. 2. Add a specific amino acid to the chain. And 3. End the protein chain at this exact position. Through this process, the genetic material of the cell's nucleus, DNA genes, determines the activity, structure, and behavior of both individual cells and the functional group cells, i.e. organs. The diagram, molecular genetics, graphically details how DNA instructions are formulated and generate instructions for cellular activity. This is intense. I know it's probably going to be, it's backwards, right? I think. But look at that. That's insane. We are way more than what we lead on to believe. Stop listening to the dark forces. We are amazing. We are creator. We have God inside of us. I think the 144,000 has to do with your DNA and tapping into the knowledge that is held in there. What do you guys think? I mean, imagine 144,000 light workers. If you can talk to your DNA and encourage it, change it, morph it, whatever I mean, it's kind of a game changer, don't you think? I love you. Listen to it again, okay? I'm out of here for now, and I'll read again in a couple days or whenever I feel like it. I love you.